This is Tom for Tom's Way again. Today we're going to go over foamy brush hoses, foamy brush handles, and foamy brushes. I change my foamy brush hoses, and I change it all pretty much about twice a year, usually in the fall and again in the spring. That being because winter's the busiest time of your car wash. You have a brand new brush going into the winter. At the end, it's pretty well wore out by the time spring gets here, so it's time to change it out again. You can, at your discretion, check your hose out. There's nothing wrong with it. You want to leave it on? Okay. Same with the handle and same with the brush. I change my brushes every 6 months whether they need it or not. Now this one's not really wore bad, but it's been on there for about 6 months. It's time for it to come off. If you can see, it's starting to separate. So as the foam comes out of it, it doesn't come out of it on a real loose basis. It comes out in chunks in the center. It doesn't make any difference, as far as what it does to the car and how it goes on the car, but it's more appealing to the customer if you actually see foam coming through the whole brush instead of just coming out through the center. That's one reason why I changed mine. The second one, and then the handles, as you can see, this one's starting to get pretty beat up down here at the bottom. Eventually, and it won't be long now, this will start to peel. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look like you have a clean operation. It doesn't look like you're taking care of your operation. So when it starts to get wore like that and beat up like that, I change it. That way it's nice, fresh, and clean. They come in here, they're getting a hold of a nice brush, a nice handle. It's not like they're coming in and using secondhand stuff. The foamy brush hose, now, as you can see with mine, it actually touches the ground. It's not recommended. It's usually 6 or 8 inches off the ground. I don't put mine up that far because I have fairly wide bays. I don't want them to have to fight with it. So I use a standard 15-foot hose on my bays. I'm using center booms on both of mine. I have three booms in each one of my bays instead of using a wall mount boom. If you use a wall mount boom, you can probably go with a shorter hose. But like I said, standard's 15 foot. They come in blue, yellow, and red. There's other combinations of hoses you can get, but this is the one that we recommend and the one that we actually use ourselves. Same foamy handles. They come in a multitude of colors. I'm not even going to try to name them. There's too many of them. Foamy brush heads, you have a multitude of heads, all the way from nylon to hog hair to extended hog hair brushes. That's all personal preference. Myself, I don't like the nylon brushes. They're too dense, they're too thick. They don't give you enough show when you're putting the foamy brush out through it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tools out of my back pocket and we're going to go up and take this hose off. Okay, now you can start doing it. All right, what I do is take off the foamy brush hose, complete. And it's done and out of the way. Now we're just going to install the foamy brush hose. Make sure that you Teflon tape every joint so you just don't have the trouble I just had. Okay, that part was simple enough. Now we're going to take the foamy brush hose, and it comes, if you buy our foamy hose, it actually comes with a low pressure swivel on the end of it already. Going to screw it in to the handle after you tape it. Okay, with these I just put them on snug to start with, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, now we're going to put on the new brush. Now what I did was I actually got one with an aluminum back on it with a red bumper on it so that everything matches, so I can make it look pretty. All right, now the reason I only snug that up is that way I get a good turn out of it. I stand on the brush. I don't kill it, but I stand on the brush, and then I just put my wrench back on the base of this, and I use this to turn it so it's tight. That also tightens the brush up to it. So I'm only tightening it one time. So now the brush is nice and tight, hose is up and tight, and whatever. So we're ready to go. Now I'm going to start this up and show you what I'm talking about as far as the foam brush coming out in a nice thick consistent center. About now you're actually coming out the center of the brush. It's staying in the center of the brush. You know, it's now you can spread it with the outside of the brush. It comes out a nice thick in elongated area instead of just in one spot. That's, you know, when a brush starts to wear out, it comes out in spots. It doesn't come out in the whole brush. So that's pretty much as easy as it is. Like I said, you know, I do mine twice a year. You know, inspect your brushes, inspect your handles, inspect your hoses. You start to get wear on them, it's time to change them. It's better for the customer and better for you.